Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today's card is an easy fun fold, but I just wanted to show off all these beautiful new products that are coming up in the new annual Stampin' Up 2023-24 catalog. Comes out on May 2nd and runs till April 30th of the following year, 2024. So this beautiful card was made with products from the Countryside Inn suite that you see on page 62. You see the beautiful paper, and there is a die set called the Countryside Corners, an awesome die set with stamps. But you also have the paper, and then I threw in another stamp set that's called Lasting Joy, and another stamp set called Circle Sayings. So I kind of brought them all in because they worked so nice on this card. So here we go. We're just going to look at this beautiful Countryside Inn paper. The paper has all your blues in it. Your Misty Moonlight that returned. You've got Night of Navy. You've got your great neutral of white. You've got some, I see some gray in there, but it technically does not say gray is in the stamps, in the colors. It says Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy. But I do see this in here. They might be calling that a misty, but I'm calling it like a grayish tone, so I think we're going to be able to use the grays in here too. I'm not sure which one will match yet, but these beautiful papers, oh my gosh, they all coordinate so beautifully. These are the fronts and the backs of all the prints. Oh, so gorgeous. Oh, look at these bunnies here. Oh, so pretty. So we're going to make this little card here. And I just chose to go with the Night of Navy, even though the card, this one really popped with the white, but I decided I was just still gonna go on the card we're gonna make because I'm using a different patterned designer series paper. But I think this designer series paper has more of a Misty Moonlight, but when I kind of put it on the Misty Moonlight, it does go, but I still went back to the Night of Navy. So let me show you what we're gonna do with the simple gatefold. The thing that I really like about this, it looks like the ribbon's going the whole way across underneath your circle focal point, but really it's on that side and then down on this side. So isn't that cool? All right, and we're gonna be using this new 2 3/8 inch circle punch that is bundled with the Circle Sayings, and I believe that these flowers here coordinate well with this this Lasting Joy stamp set and the DSP. So a lot of coordination going on here. So what we're gonna do is use our Night of Navy, and it is an 11 inch by 4 1/4. All the measurements, all the products I used are underneath the YouTube description, and also in that description, you can press the visit my blog here. Press that link, it takes you over to Cindy Lee B Designs, and you'll have additional photos and links to my online store. They're also underneath this video. So what we're gonna do is take that 11 inch side and put it up towards the top of our trimmer. I got this on Amazon, reads right to left. It's called Wind Tape, WINTAPE. So we're gonna put the 11 inch side at the top, and we're going to score at 2 3/4 on each side. So using our light gray scoring blade, and it's just so much easier just to turn it and do this. And we'll go to 2 3/4 again. They're drilling a well outside the house today. So if you hear a little bit of noise out there, that's what it was. It was a lot noisier earlier, and this was the day that I was planning to make my video. So we're going to see how our gatefold comes together there, and then we're just gonna burnish these sides here. And then because each of these sides came in 2 3/4, our designer series paper will be 2 1/2 by 4. Okay, so we're gonna put that one on and this one. It really doesn't matter if you match them up, but when I did cut this, they did match up. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on here and put it on each of these portions here, sections that we scored. I think this paper is going to be our best seller in this catalog. Though, you know, that masterfully, oh, you know what? I just did my product share labels, and I should remember. Masterfully Made is going to have a lot of beautiful colors in it. Oh, and you know what? The balloon one, Bright and Beautiful, is going to be pretty. If you're thinking of getting a great value, my paper shares are listed on my blog, CindyLeeBDesigns.com. Product shares for ribbon, embellishments, and DSP. The best value you'll ever get for less than a bundle. You get a sampling of everything in the catalog. And so I would suggest for you to take a look at that. And I pay the shipping to you. So that's a fun thank you. So we're going to put our 5 1/4 by 4 inch on the inside. Now, let's just go ahead and do that. I have plans of putting this beautiful sentiment here. I turned the flowers a different way on this card, and I pulled out Balmy Blue from this designer series paper. It's a real bright blue there, and I decided to make this, could be a sympathy or a get well card, and I used the sentiments in the Lasting Joy. So always thinking of you, and then we're going to stamp the inside, and so the inside is going to see hoping for better days ahead. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put that on the inside. Now, when I'm stamping with my photopolymers, I like to put a little bit of a cushion underneath it. This just happens to be from my Stamparatus, and so we are going to go ahead and use that as a cushioning. You could use just something that's not as hard as your work surface when you're using your photopolymers. They just stamp better with a little cushion. They're not like our red rubber that has a built-in cushion already. So we're just going to put this, hoping for better days ahead, right straight in the middle. And you know, I have my, you're not supposed to worry about the way your stamp is on a clear block, but I was still looking at this, but it's crooked on here. I was like, okay, so there we go. We have some Night of Navy there, and then I just decided to put a pretty little flower that was in the Lasting Joy here, and I think it really coordinates well with the flowers in this designer series paper, Countryside Inn. So I'm going to use Balmy Blue because that was the other blue that I used on this card, and I'm just going to ink up that flower. And maybe just, I think I'll put it right up there. Now, I want to see, I was wondering if this flower had a little center in there, but it's really just, do you think that would fit in there or would it even look right? I don't know. Let me see here. I'm going to look and see if there is a little flower that'll fit in there. I'm going to take a peek here and see if I can put that on. I have to get a tiny little block to do that, which is right at my hand. Let me see, is that going to fit in there? Yeah, let's go ahead and put a Night of Navy little center in there. I just think it needs it. Yeah, okay. So I'm just inking up that little center, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of that flower, right here live, seeing if I like, oh, I do like that. That just brings a little bit of more of a focal point in there to this. So that's the inside of our card. Put a little glue on the inside, right around the edges, because if you put squiggles, especially when you're using a dark color like Night of Navy or black, it's going to rub off on your paper. So I would suggest putting a little piece of copy paper on the inside of this card. Like if I was sending this to somebody, or I was sending this as a swap to somebody, I would put a little piece of copy paper inside here, and that would protect, because this will rub off on the white. Okay, that just happens with your dark colors, and so that's a great way to do that. So there we've got the inside down. Now we're just going to work on this quick little outside here. As you can see, I already stamped this one, so I'm just going to put some glue and put this on. Now this was punched out with a new 2 3/8 inch punch, and we also have some other punches that are on the online exclusives. So you can only get those online. They're exclusive to that online. And you can still get the 2.5 inch and another one too. So take a look at that. So that's going to be on the front of our card here. And we're going to have a piece of pretty ribbon. Now on this card, I use the beautiful boho blue textured ribbon. It is gorgeous. But I didn't, you probably could get away with it on here, but I'm really seeing the navy and the balmy blue. And so what I did is I used our navy, right here, our Night of Navy that carried over the, okay, bordered ribbon here. So I'm just gonna put that underneath the top. And so I would only need to maybe cut maybe 3 inches. Oop. My hands weren't. So I'm just gonna put that underneath here, and it's gonna give that illusion that it's gonna come around to the other side when you open it up. So we're just gonna put some, I'm gonna get out my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I wanna know that I want it up here, so I'm gonna keep my finger there so that I know where I want it to go. And then I'll just kind of create a little loop there. And I want to put it off to that side. Like, oh, I want it to actually, it's going to go across. So I want it a little bit more over here. There we go. You know, trying to make things just look naturally, like, is always harder. Like, to make things look, like random. What did I do here? Ah, I got it caught on my ribbon. Ooh. Yeah, this ribbon's a little bit on the delicate side. Okay. Let me get these. What did I do? Oh, I think I just ran out of my Seal Plus. I've been using that and it just ran out. Okay, so remember, you are only putting your, actually, here we go. There we go. It pulled up on me. Okay, what was going to be a quick little video has now turned into a longer one. So here, I want it to go, let's see if I can, okay, you want it to be here. Oh, I'm working a little high on the camera, aren't I? I looked up there. Okay, so we want to kind of pull this. There we go. Okay, now, just to be safe here, because I kind of unraveled some of this, I'm going to put a little piece of tape here. And now, I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal here. And I know it's going to go on this side here. So I'm just going to put some of that on here and get that circle on that was supposed to be so simple. But you know what? I just looked at that and it's not on an angle enough. So I want it to go across the card. So do you guys ever have these types of moments when you're putting a card together? You think it's just going to be so... Okay, this is driving me bonkers here. Okay, let's just redo that. Okay, here is our, we're gonna cut this. It was supposed to just be so super easy. Okay, and we're going to pop that. I actually thought when I was making this video, this is gonna be really simple and easy, and somehow I've made it not. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit more excited about this. Okay, well, I mean, I did make the other one. Okay, so let's put some adhesive on there and get this little, there we go. Okay, now what I thought was going to be a little redundant, but now I'm going to do it. I have a navy stitched, stylish shapes that are stitched, and, oh, I accidentally cut it out here. I did a perfect little stamp there, but I want to show you how super cute these where's my balmy blue? Here it is. We're gonna balmy blue the flowers, and then we're just gonna punch them out. So just get some ink on the balmy blue. On the flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp them like this. And I think I'm gonna be lucky that it's stamped without my cushion under there. And then we're going to just put our 2 3/8 inch punch. And I took it over as far as I could to the image because I want some room for my sentiment. So just punch it out, easy peasy. I love my punches. Okay, so I am gonna bring this back in here. And since I have the flowers going in an arch towards the top, I'm gonna do the same thing with my sentiments. And my sentiments are going to be, oh, okay. Always thinking of you, always in my heart, okay? So let's do the always. Well, let's get my eyes looking straight. Always. There we go. And then the other sentiment is in my heart. I'll try to make it straight on here because it was just kind of making me go a little dizzy, but it's not really straight. It doesn't have to be on an acrylic block, but lo and behold, okay, I see some ink on here, but I'm not gonna rub it. Wait, I'll rub it off on my apron. Okay, always in my heart. So you've got the balmy blue and the night of navy there, and this will go on this. Always put it on the back here. I just didn't want to flip this over and smear my blue, dark navy ink. So I kind of put the glue on there. So the 2 3/8 inch fits just perfectly into that little stitching that's on the stylish shapes. Okay, so now we can get, we can notice that I have some adhesive showing here. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a circle. I'm gonna put another circle here because I screwed that up and put too much adhesive there. So that is a great way of changing up your card. Or you could do, oh, you could do that, but then that defeats the purpose of having, wait a second, would that be, why don't we do that? Yeah, but then we would just put, oh, there you go. We've got another little thing we could do here. This is just because I messed up and put adhesive there right on camera. You can say you saw it here. Okay, so this gives us 2 different ways to use these circles here. Okay, so now we are going to put, now do you notice what I did on this card? The claim to fame with this design of Cindy Lee B Designs was that you've got the little tails here and you've got the loop here. On this one, because I screwed up, I have to fix it. So I decided, why not do this, open this up. It's so fine that there's nothing here. And so what we're gonna do is put the little tails. So now you don't have to do what I did before. You don't have to switch them up. But now I have to because I did that. So now we're doing that, and we are going to put some adhesive all over the back of this one. Hey, that's okay. We came up with another idea, right? So that was good. A whole nother design. I can say, look at this design, but if you want to do it this way, you can do it this way. So I have all my adhesive on the back of this circle, and I'm just going to cover this up. And what's nice about the ribbon is when you do open it, look at that, how fun that is, having the ribbon showing from, you know, the inside. Ah, so there, I like that. So you can do it this way, that simple gatefold, or you could do it this way. But the big thing is just do it, and do it with this beautiful paper. Actually, now I want to kind of move this a little bit. Now remember, Cindy, this. Now, because I can match these up, I wanted to put that a little bit. Ooh, what do I have caught in there? Okay, like I said, I was thinking this video was going to be done in 5 minutes, but we all know that the way I do things, wasn't gonna happen. Okay, now look at what's down there, Cindy. And does that make sense? That makes sense. Okay, look at that. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Okay, 2 pretty cards that are showing off, and I'm gonna probably put some embellishments on the outsides of these. But look at, you can use pull the colors out of the blues, like the balmy blue here, but yet here, this is the boho blue, and that's in this paper. But you've got all those beautiful blues, and I like how that one turned out as well. So if you have any questions, which you probably won't because it's a simple card, except for you might tell me, hey, some ways not to make mistakes on making a video. I appreciate you buzzing by, friends.